Yeah, no, just kidding.
All right, we're going on to The Long Walk. We watched...
talk about going to a good show.
Yeah, we watched The Long Walk last week in theaters, kind of on a whim for the most part.
Didn't know I'd be leaving being like, that was one of the best films I've ever seen in my life.
Anyway, Otis, what did you think of The Long Walk?
Jesus Christ is our Lord and Savior.
Okay, Otis is one of those little modes today.
Okay.
It's probably because I moved him. I'm sorry. Come here.
It's probably because I died.
Okay.
He probably smells...
He's probably mourning. It's
corpse.
okay, puppy. Come here. It's okay, don't worry. He's my little angel.
Anyway, we're going to go into The Long Walk. We watched this movie on like a whim. It's based off a Stephen King novel.
Yeah, because we just walked to the theater and we're like, what's in here today?
No, we were just like, let's see a movie. And
that's what I'm saying. Like, we just were like, what's happening?
I saw that it was in theater. I saw the trailer when it came out, or I saw some kind of promotion for it. I was like, oh, that's a cool idea.
Yeah.
And then we just like happened to just go see it the one day that it was in theaters, and
holy shit,
it was really good.
Holy shit.
So if you haven't seen The Long Walk,
we did a little,
don't watch this review
on it. Yeah,
you should go watch The Long Walk before you watch this review. It is a very good film. I was very impressed for it. I went in with just no expectations.
It's just another movie.
Yeah, and it was really, really enjoyable. It's basically a dystopian story. I don't know. Half dystopian story that the United States has fallen into authoritarian control by the military, and that basically every year they host this long walk tournament where
it's to give like
one boy from every 50 states is...
It's to like give the people of the few people of the states, because population's really low, I think, is what they're hinting at, that they can make it, that if you work hard enough, it's like the standard American dream thing.
Supposedly the country's very poor, nobody wants to work, so the authoritarian regime is doing this to inspire effort and
supposedly no one wants to work.
Yeah, inspire... So anyway, as I was explaining, it's a authoritarian regime. These boys are forced on not forced, but they volunteer for this walk.
Well, the thing is, that's the thing. Are they forced?
Yeah. There's a philosophical discussion about that in it. But anyway, they gotta walk on this road, and if they stop for more than how many ever seconds, they get a warning. If they stop more, then they get shot in the head. Yeah, so it's kind of like a Squid Games kind of thing, I think. Like, it's definitely like a one of those kind of dystopian games with humans involved is one of the scariest things personally to me out of anything. I get really freaked out by that stuff. So this is definitely nightmares. Yeah, I have Squid Game nightmares all the time. It's like the one thing that like actually like scares me a lot. So anyway, what do you want to talk about The Long Walk?
I think The Long Walk is something that's kind of very fit for the times right now, in a sense where we have people in government, whether you are on either side or not, you do have people in government that are telling you, just work hard enough and you'll be able to make it to the top like everyone else. Like, you'll be able to work hard for it. So another thing, this movie also, I think, comments on the military too, that people are just basically thrown in for what reason? Just to serve what billionaire? To serve what world power?
Yeah.
For what? And then it's celebrated at the end as if that was a good thing. For like, wow, you just gave up everything and all your friends died. But really it is like, throughout the whole thing he says, any one of you can do this. You all have the power, like, capabilities to do it. You just have to be good enough. They also push the sense of like manliness too. It's got that toxic masculinity of men going out and working to death, basically pushing themselves to death to just make enough to live, essentially. For them, it's just they're walking just enough to live. They get basic water, tiniest bit of food.
Yeah.
So I think it's Chewie, you come back. Where's your bow tie? He's not talking to us. I'm sorry, Chewie. Okay, I'm so sorry. But yeah, I think the cinematography is amazing. The music's amazing. The music's like kind of subtle. It's not super much, but when it does come, it's like, holy shit, it's so good. The story's amazing, the character's amazing, the acting is so good, and a lot of these actors aren't even like huge actors, except Luke Skywalker. He's just up there being, your balls, your sweaty balls, look how big they are, dragging across the ground.
Speaking of Luke Skywalker, I think Mark Hamill in this film, and I understand they wanted a big name in it to probably get some people to the theaters. For me, one of the only issues with this entire film is that Mark Hamill is in it. It pulled me out of the movie at every point he was in it, because I imagine him as Luke Skywalker, and I can't. Like, he's typecasted to that role at this point. Like, when he's in voice acting, he's fine. But I think another big part of it is he looks like Luke Skywalker in Last Jedi. He's kind of acting like Luke Skywalker from Last Jedi, because Last Jedi, he's so mean and depressed. There's also this part where at the end of the film, where he is gonna shoot the character, and he puts the gun up, and it's raining, and he has this cloak on, and it literally looks like him in a Jedi outfit about to assassinate this guy with a gun. I couldn't. At every moment, that's a really emotional moment, and I just don't feel like I should have been pulled away thinking about Star Wars in that moment. So
I was not thinking about that at all. I probably wouldn't even realize of him unless he pointed it out. He didn't.
She doesn't recognize actors, though. Everybody knows that's Mark Hamill. You just don't recognize actors. Huh?
Patrick Warburton.
Patrick Warburton is irrelevant. And we've been over this.
You think he's an irrelevant actor?
He's relevant. I hate Patrick Warburton.
Just because you didn't recognize him? Or no, one of the biggest voice actors ever, you're like, I fucking hate him. He's irrelevant.
Anyway, I got all the characters' names here, so we don't just call people by racial
let's talk,
ideas. So we got the main character's name is Ray Garrity. We got his friend, the main guy. His name was Peter.
Love Peter.
Those two are the final two in the long walk by the end. We have Harkness, which was the book writer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was the writer of the book.
It made me so sad.
So he died.
He reminded me of my professor, and one of my professors was this heartwarming, sweet guy, and he was just like, I'm here to write a book. And just seeing him, by the way, the fucking special effects are so good. We literally saw a child. I don't think I've ever seen a movie where we saw it, because there was a minor in the movie that was walking who faked his age, which again goes with the military aspect back during the Civil War, or unless people switch up their ages and everything to get in. We saw a child get shot in the head, blood, brain splattering everywhere on screen. That was the first kill. That was telling you this is serious. Because because you expect they're gonna die, but then they're like, no, it's a child that's being killed. I mean, they're all young enough to be kids in my eyes.
He's the first death of the film, so it really sets the tone once he gets killed.
Yeah.
And how gory it is, because it's kind of it's not apparent to the characters yet how bad this is going to be.
Yeah, but it's they're
what's
in
interesting
a world where
is
are used to
when you think about this at first, you think that maybe they're not going to know that they're going to get killed, but they do know before
that made it so much more interesting to me.
Yeah, they do know that they're going to be killed if they don't make it. So, and they volunteered anyway.
And I think about the mother and saying goodbye
and
to him.
It's not even if you put your name in the hat and you get chosen, you have to go. If you get chosen, you can say no still. And they all still said yes and still went. All those boys were there on their own accord. So the whole philosophical discussion is that, when society boxes you into
when there's nothing
one
left.
Decision is the only decision that feels like you could make. Is it your fault for making that decision?
It's kind of there's that moment in Squid Games 2 where the guy that goes around recruits people, he does this thing where he hands it either a thing of food or a lottery ticket. And in the way he looks at the world, he's like, oh, the people who picked the lottery ticket, you're dumb, you're not grateful enough, you don't appreciate things. But you gotta think about, these people are people who've been living in squalor, and they think maybe they could get food later, but maybe this is their chance to get the money they need to actually have a new life instead of just the biscuit that'll make them feel a little less hungry that day. So it's kind of like with them, they're like, maybe if I do this, I can bring money to my family. Maybe I won't be starving. Maybe I'll be able to be worth something.
Yeah.
And they preach this message, they televise it to the world. So there is this worldview that these are the real men, these boys who go out and do this too.
Hank is the Asian guy who thought he could make it, but ended up.
He reminds me so much of your friend Aiden, just the way he talks, I think.
Yeah. We have Collie. He's the Native American who ends up dying at the end as well. We have Art. He's the one who had like the really emotional death at the very end.
The guy with the cross?
I think. He was the one who said, "Don't look back at me."
Yeah, it's the religious.
And they were carrying him. And then we have Stebbins, who is the major's son. Revealed to be a bastard child of the major.
I think they revealed that there's a lot of bastards.
Yeah, there is.
It's kind of concerning because then I'm like, what woman is he sleeping with? And then they're just like, the children are just being thrown out.
Yeah. Who is your favorite character in this movie?
My favorite character is probably, it's obvious one, Pete. Pete or I really loved Art, the religious one, because it's just an interesting outlook, like the world going to shit, and he still held that belief, and he still was like, give this to my grandma. Like, I just love hopeful characters like that. But the thing with Pete that made him more interesting than just, he's just a supportive best friend, is that they kind of insinuated that there's a romantic thing that was happening too. With him. They insinuated that, because they made it a point, they're just like, do you have a girl at home? He's like, I don't have any girls. Basically, he's like, I don't. And it just went quiet for a few seconds, and he just changed the subject. They were making fun of him calling gay earlier, and they were making fun of him saying, why don't you marry him? And then at the end, like, the main character says, I love you, which friends say that to each other, obviously. But with the other little cues, and then him saying that, we don't know if he had feelings towards him. But him saying that, and his reaction, Pete's reaction to that, is very, because you gotta think they were around for a few days, and again, there's that traumatic bond, but that reaction was so intense. It just makes him so much more interesting to me.
I don't know. I think I like Ray more. I think he's probably mine.
The main character?
Yeah, the main character. I like him.
I think every character's so interesting, because for him, it's like he was going to do exactly what his dad did. He was going to go kill the guy, and he left his mom behind too. Like, he knew he was going to go there to die. And he didn't tell his mom.
I just like how he's, fighting for something throughout this film, and, how he's grappling with that. I like that whole storyline. Yeah,
it's not for money. But everyone was so interesting. I loved everybody. And I loved everyone doing the what was the Native Americans?
Collie.
I'm really bad with names. And a lot of it is like talking over each other, and I don't like calling him the Native American or the Asian guy, but the one with the long hair. Before he dies, he does this, like, he speaks in his Native American tongue and just, like, calls out. And it's just so... He's speaking English the entire time, and just for that, like, his final moments, he fights back. It's just so rough. Because how many are left of him and his people? 2.
Yeah, I don't know.
We don't even know. There could be hardly any of them left. And just this American government just taking over, like, what was his homeland and his lineage and everything. And then just in his final moments, just being shot. Oh, God. It made me cry. It made me really cry. So when the acting of him, like, calling out. I can't cry. I got makeup on. But, oh, my God.
Who was the best performance in The Long Walk?
Best performance?
Yeah, who was the best actor in terms of what they gave to the film?
Pete's really good. Because it's a subtlety. All of them are really good, but then at the end with his emotion, it really showed. But like, he had a very subtle underlying, because he was kind of positive, but I like actors that have like a subtlety where he was really positive and he's like, come on, man. But there was just like some moments underneath that where you could just like feel the stress there. I
think Ray really stuck out to me too. I in the end, I think he was the one that stuck out to me.
They're all really good.
Yeah.
The one guy who was kind of an asshole the whole time, I liked his acting too. The one who like killed the
he's
kid.
the one. His name is
dickhead.
Barkovich.
Yeah, I think.
So he killed the kid, or was responsible, kind of semi-responsible for the kid dying, and then he kind of grapples with that and kind of goes insane throughout the film, and then he ends up killing himself.
Yeah, because it's not just because some movies, when the characters are stressed out and they just start going insane, it can feel like lazy writing to me.
I'm also glad that it wasn't like one of those stereotypes like from Squid Game, where like there's one character who's nice, and there's one character who's weird, and there's one character who's the asshole who's trying to mess everything up. But like,
they're all boys.
It starts out in the beginning where he's just kind of like poking fun, like kind of being the asshole character.
He also admits that he's not really around people.
But then we get deeper into it, and it's not to just he's an asshole, because once that kid dies, he goes through this spiral of like, I caused him to die. And like, that was a more interesting take than him just being like this antagonistic figure the whole movie. Like, it was better that he was there as a little bit of an antagonist for like 5 minutes, and then it was like he's grappling with that decision throughout the rest of the film.
He still was an antagonist because of just his personality and like behavior was making everyone feel worse. And near the end, it felt less like he was remorseful. He's like, I want to be friends with you guys. It felt like, I have nothing left but your guys' forgiveness.
Yeah.
I just need your forgiveness before I go. Like, that's all I can have left to make me feel better, because everything else is so sucky. I think in his mind, his way of coping was like, let me just be an asshole. Let me not take it seriously, because if I take it seriously, it's going to be way worse. And realizing that he actually did put someone to death, because he did trip somebody up and made him fall. So that's a little rough.
What do you think were the downsides of this movie? Because I think there's a lot of really good parts about this movie, but is there any parts of the movie that bothers you at all, maybe?
I don't think so. I can sit and see someone being like, there's so much walking and talking.
Other than the Luke Skywalker part, the only other thing is that I wish I could have seen this movie with subtitles. I think...
Yeah, but that's us. That's not even really a movie.
I guess, but... I will say, I don't really fault this on the movie at all anyway, but, the dialogue is very casual, very, like, talking like this, talking like that.
Right, like, don't you dare.
It's very... No, I'm fine with it.
I thought you were going to go in the F-bomb.
No.
Okay.
I would have liked to see it with subtitles, but I will say, I got all the information that I needed from the film. Like, I didn't feel like I was missing any information. So, obviously, the way they acted and conveyed it was... very well. Like, the things I needed to know, I knew, and the little lines that I missed were just extra stuff that maybe gave me a little more insight. But maybe on a rewatch with subtitles I would get all that. But that's the only thing I can kind of nitpick at. But there's nothing I would really say they needed to fix that. And with Mark Hamill, I like him in the role. He's a good actor, but it is just a hard thing when you're trying to be focused on the storytelling and you're getting pulled out thinking about this person as a different character, and it's kind of funny. Like, to
me, the glasses kind of distracted me.
The what?
The glasses, they distracted me from thinking about him being Mark Hamill, because the glasses, to me, they covered his face mostly. They're really big sunglasses.
But I understand why they needed him. Probably, it was probably a marketing choice.
Guys, don't fight. Chewie sniffed Otis's foot, and Otis got really offended. He was just like...
Anyway. This movie has a very interesting ending. So, spoilers, there's an ending. So don't watch this if you don't know the ending. But in the end, Pete ends up killing the general on Rey's wishes, basically.
Well, no, what just happens...
And then he walks away, but all the people who were watching are like gone, and it's quiet. So, do you think Pete is dead? No.
Here's the thing that's so interesting about it is that there's a few things that make that ending really good. The one thing is that a little before we hear Pete's backstory and we hear that like he had no mama, he had no dad, he was just walking his entire life, sleeping in ditches, sleeping on couches, meeting people, had people dying, and that's all his entire life has been. So that's why he's like, that's why I'm so good at this. I just walk. That's all I do. Did that camera get unplugged?
It's fine.
Okay.
It did, but it's fine. I have enough battery.
And he's like, and I see the world. He's like, I want to make this world a better place. And that's why he's telling the main character, he's like, don't let your last wish be violence. You are strong enough. Like, we can do it. We can go up there. We can make a difference. Let's make a wish that helps the world. And this is how it is. This happens to a lot of people today. When they get into politics or any movement, they're like, let's be positive. Like, we can make a difference. And then the opposing force or what they're fighting against does something terrible. Something really just like, it just pushes them over the edge. And what that terrible thing is that after Pete was like, I'm going to sacrifice myself. I'll sit. You keep walking. The main character, Ray, he's just like, no. Let's walk together. And as Pete keeps walking, he doesn't know Ray just stops. And then Ray gets shot. So turning around and seeing his friend, maybe a crush, potentially, being murdered in front of him. It's just that, because Ray's final words is like, you're strong enough, make the good wish. He's like, I can't do it. You have to make the wish. Once he's given the wish, he's like, give me the gun. Then he kills the general. And that is what some people forget when it comes to these movements where violence breaks out, is that there are people who have their entire life dedicated to peace and doing this the right way. And when you push the other side, all they're doing is just pushing and pushing and pushing and make it so hard for them. How can you not just break in that final moment? And how can you say that they're responsible and they're violent? But really, yeah, I think the end was more symbolism.
So how do you want me to put that into a TikTok exactly? Because you just took 3 minutes to answer. So anyway, let's start over. Just in general, the ending of the movie was pretty interesting. If you haven't seen the ending,
that's what made the ending so interesting. The ending where he's walking off and it's kind of blurry, to me, I think that's just him in his own head, just for the few seconds, I think. So
you don't think he's dead?
No, he probably is about to die, though. Yeah. That's probably just his final moments of everything shutting out, and all he's doing is walking, because that's what he said he's done his entire life. Because he could have sat down. He's been walking for days.
I think
and he decided to keep walking.
I think he's dead.
He's definitely dead after, I think. I think those final moments, he was just... Everyone was in shock.
I like that idea, though. Yeah. What do you guys think? Do you think he was dead or not dead? I don't know. Anyway, that's about it for The Long Walk. I don't have anything else to say. It was a really good movie. It really impressed me. It really was emotional. It got me close to crying. But it's really hard to make me cry from a movie. So, but it was close. So I would put it up there, definitely. Any last thoughts?
Go watch it. Go watch it. Like, I really wish...
Well, I hope you didn't watch this review.
Yeah, I really hope, because you should have just watched the fucking movie. Like, seriously, what the fuck's wrong with y'all? Anyways.
Anyway, that's about it. Now it's time for... Drake's Big Fucking Board!
Don't scare him.
Today we're ranking The Long Walk on my movies ranking board. Okay. Where am I going to rank The Long Walk? The Long Walk is very good. I will probably, and these rankings can change if I change my mind a little bit later on. We can change them around. I'm starting to think I may move some of these down a little bit, but I'm not doing it today. As of right now, Long Walk is going in S tier.
Yes, thank God.
Right below Hamilton. Yeah, under Hamilton, above Addams Family. It was very good. One of the best movies I've watched this year. I really enjoyed it. The fact that it got me close to crying was pretty impressive.
It was the one that you almost cried at was interesting. You almost cried at the one where he was saying, "Bring this necklace to my grandma." That's when you said you almost cried at.
Not specifically that, but that scene.
I know, but it's just interesting on all the stuff, yeah.
All right.